Hello everyone, welcome to K-TechService with a Tandem. Today, I'll be showing you how you can be able to install other operating system that is not supported on the recent macOS M1 chip and some other old versions. A lot of times people find it difficult installing Windows on their macOS operating system or even Linux. So today I'll be showing you how you can easily get past that gap. So the first thing we're gonna do here is first of all check what operating system. We already know that this is Mac, but what version of Mac? Because some older versions of Mac support VirtualBox, but this recent one doesn't. So here, any Mac OS machine that has an M1 chip, VirtualBox is not supported on it, and for you to actually be able to install other operating system, you need what is known as the parallel desktop. And today I'll be showing you how you can install a parallel desktop on your Mac OS machine and install other operating systems like Linux or Windows on it. So the first thing we do here is to go on Chrome, and on Chrome we're gonna type download parallel desktop, and here it says welcome to parallel desktop for Mac. If I click here, it says download parallel desktop. So if I hit here, it downloads the parallel desktop. So this is the installation process of how you can easily get that. So since it is downloaded, I just have to click on it and install it. Double click on it and it asks me install parallel desktop. Just hit open, just follow the instructions on the screen to actually install it. You just wait for a minute for that to be completed. So it says I should quit parallel desktop. Okay, now it's asking for my password. So whatsoever password you put for when you were configuring your Mac OS machine, make sure you put that same password. If not, you will not be able to continue with the installation. Oh, did I just put the wrong password, guys? Oh no. What's going on? Enter your password to allow this. Okay. It's a little bit fast. Okay, so do not worry what you see here. This opens like this because I already had parallel desktop installed. For you doing it the first time, you should be rest assured that it will ask for your it will ask for some information. Like the first information, it will take you, it will redirect you to Apple Store, where you will have to get this parallel desktop. It will tell you, do you want Apple Store do you want to download this on Apple Store? Do you want to download parallel desktop on Apple Store? Just say yes, accept. Once you accept, it will start the installation process, but on the way, it will ask for the billing, because since it has a free trial and it also has the paid version, it will ask you to put your card. So you will need to put your card to authenticate that. But you could always cancel the subscription after the free trial ends. Without that, you will not be able to install that on the Apple Store. So once that is installed, what you need to do next is to follow the installation process. It will ask you, do you want to install Windows? You could skip that, But once the installation is complete and you don't actually know where to start navigating on this parallel desktop, how do you go about it? So the first thing that happens when this installation is done, so I'll need to close everything. Then once your installation is done, you go on the launch pad. You should be able to see what is known as a parallel desktop here. Yours might have a different icon. Nevertheless, that's okay. And you could also find it here under applications. You see parallel desktop. So that two-way, either you go to Finder, under Finder, you go to applications. You should be able to see it here, or you can check on the launch pad and you'll be able to see it here. Once you see it here, just double click on it. Now it's showing me Ubuntu because I already installed an operating system known as Ubuntu here. So for those who want to install an operating system for the first time, what you need to do is first click on Windows, hit on Control Center, then go to File. Under File, go to New. Now, it's just telling you about this new M1 macOS chip, what it supports, what it does, and why it is important, and what actually runs on it and what doesn't. So I hit continue. Now, it actually shows me some of the versions of Linux that can be installed here. I can go ahead and install this if I want. Currently, CentOS is not supported here, but nevertheless, Ubuntu is another flavor of Linux that works the same as CentOS, works the same as other flavors, just that their interface is different. Shows that they have some slightly different commands. Kind of getting slippery here. They have slightly different commands. Like the root is sudo, you have to use sudo, but in CentOS you don't need to use sudo. So it's just some slightly different commands, but they actually do the same thing. So I will just hit on Ubuntu since I want it installed. For those who have Mac, please install Ubuntu. Since CentOS is not supported here, install Ubuntu. So if I hit, so this is a recent version of Ubuntu. So once I hit download, it download it for me. I don't want to download it because I already have it. For those who do not have it, hit the download and it will boot up a server for you. Once that server is booted, this is how it will look like. Sorry guys. Once the server is booted, this is how it will look like. Now, it will ask, you know what? Let me just close this And let me just create a new one, although I already have it, but that would not make it work easy. Download. So once this is downloaded, okay, so once this is downloaded, it comes with a user known as Parallel. Now you need to set a root user, so just put any password. For the sake of the class, you can put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and hit enter. It will ask you to repeat this. It will ask you to retype the same password. Just put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and hit enter. At this level, you should be logged into the system. And now it asks for the password for this user called Parallel. Parallel is a user that comes by default in this Parallel desktop. So let's just put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I like going with just one password because it makes my life pretty easy. Now we have Ubuntu that comes with sudo access. So we hit OK, and it will begin the installation process for us. So once this is completed, it will open the interface for us. Just disregard any message you see on the screen, guys. Okay, so I'll need to restart this. So if I double click and put the password I just put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, hit enter. It should open this for me. At this point in time, I just need to skip, go to next, done. Here, what I need to do, this is how Ubuntu 20.04 looks like. So for me to start working, I need to go here and check where it says terminal. You could use your up and down arrow, your left key to navigate. I could always use a search bar as well, but just want to show you that it's found here. Once I click on it, it opens. Now, how do I know who is logged into the system? The system or the user parallel is logged into the system. So you could do whatsoever commands you do in Linux, ls, pwd, ls-la, everything works here. So now you are logging as a regular user and you see the pound sign. You see the pound sign. Always disregard any error you see on the screen, like it's saying report a problem, Ubuntu is ready. You need to report it in that way. So as I was saying, we are logging as a regular user, and like anything that we type, there are some files that will not be able to access in the system because we are logging as a regular user. Let me try accessing some files to see what actually happens. But before I access that, let me just go to root. So for me to go to switch to root and do sudo su, and it asks for the password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hit enter and it takes me. I'm now logging as root. The way you see I'm logging as root. ls. So if I want to check the OS version, etc or cat release. See, it tells you Ubuntu 2004. If I do the top command, shows me everything. If I want to key this, I do a Control C. I kill it or a Command C. If I want to clear my screen, I do clear. If I want to actually see what I've typed, I do history. Be able to see what I've typed so far. If I want to see the CPU, I do ls CPU. CPU shows me that all the information. If I want to check the hard disk, ls block shows me the hard disk. So every command you type on CentOS, just type them here and it work. Just some few commands that might not work here. So thank you for watching this video to this point. If you have any issues or any doubt, please let me know. Actually, as before I leave, if you discover we are logging as home parallel, if we want to go back to the root user, cd / and do pwd, it says that you are in root. If you do an ls, you should be able to see all those default folders. If I actually want to see how many users are in this system and cd to home, then when I do an ls, I should be able to see parallels. That's the only user that is in this system. So if I want to create a user so that I'll be able to see it on this home directory, I do a user add -m. You use a -m in order to create a folder for that user. If I don't use a -m, I'll create a user, but I will not be able to see the user. If you want to see, we'll do this immediately when we create this one. So user add some. If I do an ls, I should be able to see some. But if I just say user add, then I say Mac, and I do an ls, I will not be able to see Mac there. So that's one difference between Ubuntu and CentOS. When you are creating a user, you need to add the -m. If not, you'll not be able to see the user home directory. Now, if I want to actually create a password for Sam, I'll do password Sam. Ask for the password of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I hit enter. Ask to retype again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hit enter. Now that password has been created. If I want to move to this user Sam, I just need to do su, then Sam. It takes me to that user. If I do a pwd, That's why I do an ls. There's nothing in here, so everything just worked exactly the same. Everything worked exactly the same. Yeah. So thank you guys. See you on my next video on how to actually install other operating system using parallel desktop. So if you've been struggling to install Linux on your Mac OS, you should be able, this video should actually help you to be able to install and configure parallel desktop. Thank you so much.